Hello everybody and welcome back to another video with me, Lewis, and my mum.
Hello again.
In this video we have prepared 10 random conversational topics and we're going to come up with a conversational question to ask each other and take it in turns. Clear?
Yes, absolutely, yes. Yes,
Okay.
I understand that.
Let's get the ball rolling then, and I'm going to start with a question related to work. So Mum, tell everybody about your first job. What was it? What did you do?
Oh, wow. So my first, there goes the question. My first job was just after I'd left school at 18, having done A-levels, and it was in the tax office.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was absolutely fine. It was so different to when I retired. It was so formal when I started at 18. The boss, she was called Mrs. Bruton.
Okay.
I've no idea what her Christian name was, what her first name was. We weren't privy to such information. It was very formal. You had to sort of ask people. It was just more rigid. And obviously there was no working from home then. You went to an office. The only perk which we had, which is like an advantage, was something called flexi time, where you could actually choose to start between 7:30 and 9:30, and then could finish between 4:30 and 6:30. And then you could sometimes work a little bit more and then maybe have an afternoon off. So sometimes I would meet your dad and we'd go for a bite to eat or something. So it was a nice job. Yes, it wasn't the most interesting, and I did move on to something which suited me better. But as first jobs go, it was fine and I was independent.
Great, perfect. It sounds great. And what was her name, your boss?
Mrs. Bruton.
Mrs. Bruton. If you're watching this, say hello.
Oh, bless, I think she'll be long gone now. Oh.
Well, all right.
Well, it was sort of like 40 odd years ago. Bless her.
Bless her. Bless her little cotton socks.
No, she was a really, really nice lady, but it was very, very formal. I was a little bit frightened of her, to be honest. I'm sure she didn't mean to. I think that was just the way things were then.
Just the way things were. Perfect. Great.
Let's move on.
Very interesting. So choose
she was
a
a
topic.
lovely lady.
I'm sure she was.
Right.
Choose a topic and come up with a question.
Oh, the next topic is family. Right, Lewis, what does family mean to you?
Okay.
Just be careful, you're sat next to your mother. And we'll do the...
This is another very deep question. What does family mean to me? I'd say that family is having people who surround you and can help you and are there for you in the good times and the bad times.
Good answer.
They're people who have helped to raise you, to bring you up, like my mum and dad. I wouldn't be the person I am today if I hadn't been raised by such an amazing family. And of course, family and friends.
Too much, Lewis, too much.
Sometimes they can go in the same kind of bag. People associate friends and family. And friends, I think, to a certain extent, can become like a second family. Yes. But your family are there from day one, and they will always be there for you, or at least they should be.
Yes,
so I think,
you can't get rid of us.
Yeah, family, many people say it's the most important thing, and I agree. Your family is the most important thing in life, and you have to cherish them, take care of them, and be there for them. Like I said, in the hard times and the good times.
Yeah, and I just knew that I wanted to raise children who were good, kind people, more than being successful in work. I think it's to be just good, all-round nice people in life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Perfect. Are you happy with my answer?
I am. Yes, you bigged me up, so it's all good.
Awesome. In that case, let's speak about a topic that has been in the back of your mind recently, and it's all related to health. And I only say that because, Mum, you've had a cough recently. You've been a little bit poorly.
I have been quite poorly, yes. I just seem to have picked up a few different bugs, viruses. I had a really, really sore throat, a bad cough. It's not been particularly nice. The upside was that my husband had to cook Christmas lunch. Yes, so every cloud has a silver lining. But yes, it's really important to look after yourself. So even though I said I wouldn't do any New Year's resolutions, I think I need to focus more on me and my health. Okay. And just, I mean, I do, we joke that we like cake and things, and we do, but we also eat a lot of fresh food and things, and that is important. I'm not there with the running. Marathon man here, that will never be me, but I'll maybe try and get some strolls in, some little walks.
Okay, perfect. I didn't even ask her a question, and she's spoken all about health. So
all about me.
That'll do for me. That'll do for me. But I just want to highlight a nice expression that my mum used, which is every cloud has a silver lining. And this basically means from every bad situation, there are always positives that you can take from it. So every cloud has a silver lining. Woo! Okay, Mum, next topic.
Oh, wow.
I'm all ears.
The next one I'm picking up is tech.
Mm-hmm. Technology.
Yes, which obviously you use doing these videos and things like that. I mean, I obviously used tech at school, but tell me more about you and your tech.
Me and my tech. Well, I'm not a very tech savvy person. If someone is tech savvy, it means that they're good at technology. I'm not exactly like that, but you know, I can get by. I know how to edit videos. I know how to use the internet and ChatGPT and all of these different things. And I enjoy learning about technology and new breakthroughs in technology. And I think it's interesting how much society and the world and our lives have changed because of technology. Like, just to think about when I was at secondary school, at high school, Facebook and social networks were just kind of coming out and becoming popular. So I've kind of lived this technological revolution, some might say. And now with artificial intelligence, a lot of people are excited, other people are worried about the impact of artificial intelligence. I prefer to be an optimist and be optimistic as much as possible, but it's true that now robots are taking over. So yeah, I mean, you...
I'm of the age, Lewis, that I didn't even have a mobile phone until I was probably in my 40s. They just didn't really sort of come about. And then we used to call it the brick because it was so big, my first mobile phone. Yeah, and fond memories.
Very fond memories. And I remember playing the game Snake. So on your Nokia, like 3210 or 3310, the really common and enjoyable game was Snake. So before I was allowed my own phone, I'd always ask by my dad or my granddad, like, oh, can I use your phone? Can I play Snake? And it's nice.
Simple pleasures.
Nice memories. Awesome. Shall we move on to the next one?
Yes, please.
All right. Let's go shopping, because I'm not much of a shopaholic, but my mum here is a little bit different. So, Mum, when you go shopping, what kind of stuff do you buy? Like, not food shopping, but when you're online or you go to physical shops, what kind of stuff are you into and what do you tend to buy?
Well, I do like gadgets for the kitchen mainly. I've had all sorts of things. I once bought a donut maker. When we went to Brussels, we had the most amazing waffles. I came back, I bought a waffle maker.
It's been used once since then.
Twice.
I take it back then. I take it back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't tend to buy things for myself. And obviously now that I've got a grandson, I just love to buy him things. I don't want to spoil him, but there's so many educational things and which I find quite fun as well. So he's my excuse now.
So yeah, my mum always buys these random gadgets, these random little devices for the kitchen and stuff like that nobody would ever know that they existed. And then Mum finds them and is like, oh guys, I've bought this amazing thing. Let's check it out. A waffle maker. Yoo-hoo!
Oh, they were delicious, I'll have you know.
Exactly. Awesome. Let's keep going. Mum, next topic. Choose a question.
Education. Right, Lewis. So how was your education? I know you really weren't sure growing up what you wanted to do. It varied quite a lot. But then the best thing was that you went for something which you enjoyed at university.
So yeah.
Take it away.
So my education, of course, in the UK, first you go to nursery, then like kindergarten, then primary school, then secondary school. At secondary school, you do your A-levels or you go to college. They're the two options when you're like 16 to 18 usually. And then from there, if you want to, you can go to university, which I chose to do in the end. And overall, I'd say my education was good. I had fun at school. Luckily, I wasn't bullied or anything like that. I had lots of friends at school. We'd like walk to school and walk back. And
you did a lot of sports as well.
I did a lot of sport. I've always been a sporty person. And I'd say my education was good. I had good teachers. I think I was always slightly above average in most subjects, but never like excelling in any of them, which describes me in a lot of ways.
But that's also, I think you made that choice that you didn't want to be too studious because obviously you could go for like a first as a degree, or you could go for slightly less but socialise, and I think that was always your thing, that you wanted to be well-rounded. But yeah, I mean, you were good. You always had good reports. You were always, praised as being just a nice child.
Just a nice kid.
Yes, yeah.
Related to this topic, the only thing that maybe I've mentioned before, but I'll say it again, personally, if I could go back in time, I probably wouldn't go to university, because nowadays I think it's less important to go to university. And when I was 17, 18, I thought it was much more vital to your success in the future. And in hindsight, I didn't really need to go to uni, and I could have just moved abroad and started teaching English and started making content. So in some ways you could look at that as like a waste of time. But during that period, I learned a lot, met a lot of people, and that kind of experience has made me who I am today.
Yes, I'm glad that you went. I mean, I know that obviously it's very expensive, and you've sort of gone down a slightly different route. But hey, no experience is wasted.
It is what it is. You live and you learn, right? Perfect. Cool. Next one. It's my turn, right?
Yes.
So Mum didn't want to speak about this topic because it's food, and she thinks we're always talking about food, which is true, but it's the best topic. So I'm going to put a little spin on the question, and it's a simple one. Mum, yesterday, what did you eat? What did you have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Right, now I didn't know you was going to ask me all those questions. I'd love to say that I started with fresh fruit and yogurt and things like that. I think I actually had a crumpet with butter on, so not a great start. But then I did have fruit, just a light lunch, and then yesterday was New Year's Eve, so we went out to some friends and they did what we call a buffet. So it's lots of different things, and it was absolutely delicious. So you could choose all the, the fish and the meat and all the little bits and pieces that go with it, all the dips and the cheeses, and it was really, really nice. Yes, and then obviously being New Year's Eve, we had a nice evening out and listened to a live band. We had some prosecco. Yeah, it was great. It was just a really nice day. Not too much food because there was a little bit of dancing involved, so you don't want to go out and be really full and jiggle all about, do you? But
jiggle like jelly.
So yeah, it was a good food day.
Perfect. Good to hear. And yeah, it is New Year's Day when we're recording this, and I've got to tell you that for the first time, I think, in my adult life, I didn't drink anything on New Year's Eve, which is a miracle. So maybe New Year, new me. Awesome. All right, next topic. Take it away.
Right, Lewis. TV and film. What sort of TV series and films do you like to watch?
So I kind of like a little bit of everything. I enjoy lots of documentaries, like travel documentaries or sports documentaries. I like sci-fi and fantasy as well. So kind of like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, all of that is always good. And I have a bit of a guilty pleasure for like bad reality TV programs. And this is because me and my girlfriend will usually watch it when we don't know what to put on, and maybe we just want to like disconnect after thinking about work and having a busy day. So we'll watch programs like Love is Blind, which it's terrible and it's very cringy. So you'll be watching some episodes and you're like, oh no, what are they doing? I can't watch. But at the same time, you want to carry on watching because it's addictive.
A little bit of binge watching.
I binge watch a lot of things, and yeah, I've
A nice
recently
relaxing Sunday as well.
relaxing Sundays, doing
The two of you
nothing.
just sat there on the settee watching TV.
It's perfect. And a little recommendation. Recently, whilst I've been home, I've been binge watching a show called Taskmaster, which has been around for quite a long time. Basically, you have a group of comedians that are competing against each other, and they do different challenges, different tasks that are all quite funny and awkward and like weird. And of course, they're funny people, so they make the tasks even funnier. And you can watch it all on YouTube for free. So check out Taskmaster.
Yes. But also, coming back to TV, I know that you're always saying to me, watch something in Spanish with subtitles, because then it'll just subconsciously, it'll go and sort of sink in more with the language and just the pronunciation. So that's one that you're always saying to me.
For your New Year's resolution to start watching TV or YouTube in Spanish. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, penultimate question. Related to travel. Most people love this topic. Everybody likes travel, right? So, if you could choose a dream destination to go on your next summer holiday, where would you go and why?
Okay, right. I just thought it was going to be general travel rather than dream destination. So off the top of my head, I need to think of somewhere. My problem with this is that although I would love it to be somewhere, I don't know, sort of the Bahamas or somewhere really exotic, I'm really nervous about flying. So I tend to just go somewhere in Europe, which is like just 2 or 3 hours away. But there are beautiful places. And obviously I love Sevilla. I go to Brussels now. I just like to see a different culture. I guess the dream destination would be a lovely beach, some nice weather, some nice food, obviously. Yeah. And just to be more than where it is, it'd be who I was with. So, some family as well. And that would be me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's no city or country that you really, really want to visit?
No, I don't think so. I think I'm just happy to just keep coming and visiting wherever you live. So, and Sevilla is the most beautiful place and the people are lovely. So I'd probably just go back there again multiple times.
Sounds good for me. The only downside with Seville is that in summer it's very hot and the beach is like an hour away. But hey, everywhere has to have a little negative point, of course.
But it is. It's beautiful, isn't it? And everybody's so friendly.
No, 100%. All right, Mum, final question.
Right, and this one is music. So what sort of music do you like? Do you play a musical instrument? And we can't actually go back to when you learnt to play, I think it was the recorder, which is like a small flute, in primary school. I think that soon went by the wayside because he was missing playtime, and football with his friends. So, yeah, the commitment went. And it's never really come back as to... I mean, it would be lovely. It would be brilliant to play something well, but over to you, Lewis.
So, related to music, I like listening to music, but I kind of prefer listening to podcasts. So, I'm not the biggest music fan, and that might sound a little bit strange because for many people, it's like their biggest hobby.
To concerts.
In my case, I like going to concerts, but again, I'd kind of prefer to go to a football match, and festivals are all right, but now the idea of staying in a tent and camping.
You did do some festivals as you were younger, but I think not being able to shower was like a biggie for you, yeah, which it would be for me. So yeah, maybe is it like the luxury ones where it's glamping, they call it?
I mean, even with that, like
Glastonbury,
apparently everyone who goes, they say it's the best festival in the world, and they're probably telling the truth. They're probably right. But for me, like, I listen to music because I want some background noise whilst I'm working or walking or in the gym. And I'm quite good in the sense that I listen to lots of music in different languages. And this is something that I started doing whilst I was at university because I saw it as a way of improving my Spanish and Italian and Portuguese without actually studying. So I listen to lots of different things, indie, but also kind of like flamenco in Spanish. I listen to some rap in French. So there's a wide variety of music that I listen to, but I'm not like a huge fan of any particular group, band, genre, or anything like that. But related to this, another recommendation. There is an app that I use from time to time, and it's called Lingo Clip. And it's free unless you want to upgrade to the paid version, but the free version's perfect. And basically, you listen to different songs on YouTube, filling in the gaps, and then you can press down on a word that you don't know, and then it will tell you the definition and an example sentence. So it's a fun, easygoing way of improving a language whilst learning some lyrics off by heart. So
I've learnt something.
Lingo Clip. Mum, you could start using it as well.
I could, or I could just keep going with my 1,685-day streak on Duolingo.
Please, Duolingo, sponsor us for my
No, we're kidding. We're kidding.
But no, I think that's enough for today. So, Mum, that was a great, fluid, kind of nice conversation about 10 different common topics in English. I hope you had a good time recording it. And
yes, it's just been lovely to have you home for Christmas and do a few more of these, which make me so nervous. But yes.
Next time I'm home over Easter, I'll be like, Mum, what should we speak about next time? She cannot wait.
I'll just work my confidence up again. But no, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.